From Salisbury High School in Salisbury Township, Twin County Cable 4 Sports presents Colonial League Basketball. Tonight's matchup is an important one. The Southern Lehigh Spartans under Bob Schaefer will take on the Falcons of Salisbury High School. They, of course, are coached by the venerable Bill Paulik. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Laubach with another venerable to my right, and that is Dick Tracy. And, Dick, welcome to the microphone. I know you didn't give the kids a night off from practice.
No, in fact, you guys, I tell you, you're such slave drivers. You didn't let me my coat off yet. Venerable, I don't know. I'd argue with you, guy, but I don't know what it means. I think you insulted me and got away with it.
I think it means old and you're still around. As we take a look at tonight's matchup, it is a critical basketball game. Southern Lehigh comes in at 7-0. Salisbury finds themselves at 6-1 in the league, and this is the last game in the first half for both of these teams. Saucon Valley is also at 7-1, so they've already won all the games and have played all the games in the first half that they are going to play. A win here by Salisbury tonight will create a three-way tie, and we'll unravel that for you if that should happen. But first of all, Southern Lehigh comes in undefeated, so somebody has to beat them, and they have done it with good defense.
That's right. That's a nice spot to be sitting in Bobby Schaefer's chair right now. The only trouble, of course, he's away from home. But to be sitting here knowing that this game you win, you're in, this game you lose, you're still playing for it. You know, that's a nice feeling.
Let's take a look at their starting five. And, Dick, very often when I talk to a coach, I want to talk to him about some statistics offensively. Bobby Schaefer, he's right out of your mold. He doesn't have any offensive statistics for me. They all score around town, around 10 points a game. He says, we're interested in defense, we're interested in winning.
You know, Gary, and that's exactly the way they'll play. I'll tell you, Schaefer makes a little noise on the bench. He does. He carries on quite a bit. But you'll find him making more noise on defense than he does on offense. When we played them, they were not without the services of Hamilton. They had just gotten Big Hamilton back. Now you're talking 6'5", and he just wasn't into his own. And the fact that he is now full tilt, going 100%, I think has made a great difference in that team. You're going to see an old-fashioned defense. You're going to see a slip over the top, slip through screens, tough man-to-man, and yet it's not fancy, it's not glorified or anything else. They just go out and do their job, Gary.
Well, we'll show you the problems they'll have playing defense against Salisbury right after we take time out for this message.
I first tried drugs. It seemed kind of fun. But after a while, I knew I was losing control, so I quit. I've tried quitting 3 times since then. In only 2 years, I've lost everything I ever cared about. My life is a mess. I need control again.
Call your friends at the Central Assembly of God, 1300 Eaton Avenue in Bethlehem, 865-0577.
Both of these teams come into tonight's game with only 2 losses overall. The Salisbury Falcons are a team that certainly is concerned with offense, and in particular with Antoine Hubbard.
Yeah, Antoine Hubbard. You know, I think the key to Antoine Hubbard is how well Faust complements him. You know, Faust gets him the ball, Faust sets him up. I think the fact that Faust is the letterman, the veteran, the real experienced player has really helped Hubbard's game this year. If Hubbard would have had to step into the role of leader, scorer, and everything else without the support of Faust, I think you might have seen a different ball player.
Let's take a look at their starting five, and you'll see Hubbard and Faust right up there. They also will, of course, have Scott Oldt, Paul Rodenberger in there, and they'll also start Mike Stauffer, and they've got a good kid coming off the bench in Ian Ressler. This is a good basketball team, Dick, primarily because it's kind of centered around the experience of a Faust, and, of course, Hubbard with his ability, and the other 3 guys just kind of play their role very well. How are you going to defend against a Faust and a Hubbard?
Well, I would say automatically go to a triangle. You know, take them out of the game, make somebody else handle the ball, something like that. In fact, I would think along those lines perhaps in the future, or when you play them in a more critical game as such as, you know, down the line in a playoff game. I don't think that Schaef's going to do that tonight. I think Bobby will come in and say, we're going to play with what brought us to the dance. We're going to stick with a man-to-man. But the players that supplement Faust and Hubbard, I think, are the key to Salisbury's success. You got unselfish kids of the 6 foot, even off mold. They're not going to burn you outside. They're not going to drown you inside, but yet they play that good all-round game, and they're unselfish guys. They'll get the ball out to their prime threats, and their prime threats are Hubbard and Faust.
The trouble with defending against the Hubbard is that if you come up on him and guard him too closely, he'll drive around you and dish the basketball off. If you don't come up on him, he takes about an 85-foot jump shot.
Yeah, and how? He is, you got to defend him from half court. If you're going to box him, I think you got to take him out of the game immediately. I don't even think you can let him bring it up court, but then that frees Faust. So that's why a guy like me, I'd say a triangle is more appropriate.
It certainly is a critical basketball game tonight, and that's why we're here on a Thursday night. Sit back, relax. We've got good basketball coming your way right after this timeout.
Going to Walter's Pharmacy. Now I go. Walter's fills my prescription needs quickly, and I pay my Bell of PA and UGI bills. When I can't get away, Walter's comes to me with free delivery. Walter's Pharmacy, making life easier through genuine care since 1937. Walter's Pharmacy, 401 North 17th Street in the Allentown Medical Center.
Back at Salisbury, the introduction of the starting lineups for Southern Lehigh. Brett Sachs is number 12, a 5'11 senior. 20, Boomer Brian Snyder, 5'9 senior. 14, Mike Yerkes, 5'9 senior. 42, Jason Mack, 6'2 senior. And 52, Rob Hamilton, a 6'4 junior. Everybody averaging right around 10 points a ball game. Bob Schaefer is the head coach for Salisbury. They are Creighton Faust, number 20, a 5'10 senior. 23, 5'11 sophomore, Antoine Hubbard. 24 is Mike Stauffer, a 5'10 senior. 25, Scott Oldt, a 6'4 sophomore. 32, Paul Rodenberger. He's a 5'10 senior. Bill Paulik, his 28th year of coaching here at Salisbury, the only coach they have ever had. Their leading scorers, Hubbard averaging 23.1 points a ball game. Creighton Faust at 14.8. Paul Rodenberger at 10.5. Oldt at 6.1. And Stauffer at 5.2. I know, Dick Tracy, you know those guys.
Boy, in-house. Sammy Hurd on the left, Jimmy Butler on the right. Well, they got two good officials here for a big game, guys. The way it should be.
Well, it's kind of an off night, being a Thursday evening. So you obviously can go out and get your cream of the crop, and that's what they've done here. It's tip-off time, and the ball will be controlled by Southern Lehigh's Jason Mack in the hands of Brett Sachs.
Salisbury man-to-man immediately, Gary.
Both teams will probably play man-to-man. We may see a couple of junk defenses employed by Southern Lehigh if they need them. Southern Lehigh is a much more conservative offensive team than are the Falcons. Nice slap away by Hubbard. Hubbard and Faust on the move. Creighton Faust. No. Offensive foul.
Okay, he took it in the lane, Gary. Excellent, excellent position. Yerkes just got great position on Faust and simply couldn't control himself before going out. Turnover forced by Hubbard on the pick. Watch this here.
We are going to take another look at that foul in just a second. Southern Lehigh walks the ball up in the person of Yerkes. They'll take a three from the outside. That shot does not go by Snyder. On the move is Faust. Check it, Hubbard. Hubbard with a little crossover. Beautiful drop pass down inside. Off the backboard, up and in by Stauffer. Let's take a look at the charge, Dick.
All right, here it is. There's the turnover caused by Hubbard. Faust, I think the position was there. A little bit active, but that goes with it, Gary.
Running off a screen. Nice turnaround shot by Sachs. Won't go. Rebound controlled by Oldt. Will go the other way. We're going to get white basketball.
Salisbury bringing it all the way up. Excuse me, Southern Lehigh bringing it all the 3-1-1. This is their zone pressure, Gary, on an out-of-bounds situation underneath.
Dick knows Southern Lehigh very well. He played against them earlier in the year. He'll take a look at Salisbury a little bit later on in the season. Way outside. Oh, my. Good strong rebound by Hamilton on the missed shot by Hubbard. Is there a 4-point shot?
Wow.
Setting things up now is Sachs. Coming off the screen is Yerkes. Yerkes up. It will not go. Knocked out of bounds. Blue basketball.
I'll tell you now what you're going to find with both offenses, Gary. They're going to take with the Southern Lehigh offense, they're going to take an awful lot of time to set up. One reason, take time off the clock. Two, concentrate more in the defensive end.
Salisbury into a zone on the out-of-bounds play. Jump shot from the side is dropped by Snyder. We are tied at 2. 5:50 to go in the first period.
There's your 3-1-1 again. See, now Salisbury chooses to dribble through it, Darren. When you have great ball handlers, you can do that.
Faust is a great ball handler. Jump shot from the side will not go. That's taken by Stauffer. Rebound controlled by Southern Lehigh, and again, Brett Sachs walks it up. He's guarded by Hubbard. Nice pass down inside to Yerkes, and Yerkes is hammered. Foul's going to be on Stauffer or Oldt. We'll see what Sam Merritt tells us. It's going to be Oldt.
Okay, now all Coach Schaefer is saying to his people in offense, guys, we're simply going for movement. He sets up in a 1-4 situation. He has 4 men moving inside, one always busting to the top through the ball. And then it's simply a matter of 2 screens inside, one outside, and simply move the ball.
Yerkes did get free. He's got 2 shots from the foul line. He makes the first. Very vocal crowd here tonight. This is a packed house. Not the biggest gym in the world, but it is full.
The big plus on a Southern Lehigh offense such as this, guy, is the fact that they're going to draw fouls.
Ball almost stolen away. It's still in the hands of Faust. He'll break the pressure. Antoine Hubbard has it slapped right back at him. Good defensive play by Rob Hamilton.
Well, see, they play that big help. It's great slough-off defense and good help defense. He gets by the first line. There's always someone there, even though it's man-to-man to pick them up. And with guys like Faust and Hubbard, they're going to be getting by that first line quite a bit.
Southern Lehigh also in a zone defense on the out-of-bounds play. See if they now pick up man-to-man. They will not. They stay in a 2-3 zone, although Hubbard is apparently being guarded man-to-man. Hubbard down the lane, tries to drop it inside. Good defense by Mack.
Jason Mack's an athlete, Gary. He was a great figurehead on the football team for 3 years.
Little drop pass, beautifully done. Up and in by Hamilton. Good pass by Yerkes. 6-2, Southern Lehigh.
That time they chose to bring the ball up against the pressure with passing, Gary. A lot smoother.
Faust goes off a couple of screens. He's well guarded. He has the ball back. Nice pass down inside. It's bobbled. We've got a foul. Going to be called against Salisbury's Scott Oldt, his second, team's third. Off the bench for Salisbury is Ian Ressler, a 6'3 junior, averaging 2.5 a game.
Now that is a critical call. Not because of the turnover, but looking up at that clock with 4:24 to go, they already have 3 team fouls.
Nice little baseline drive, but good defense that time by Ressler. The shot inside, missed, but Southern Lehigh has it back. Mack and Hamilton had a shot at it. Will come this way. Fouls on Hamilton, his first, team's first. Faust again breaks the pressure. Salisbury led 2-0. They have not scored since. 6-2, Southern Lehigh. Rodenberger has it lost, controlled by Mack.
Boy, Hamilton came close to picking up his second.
We got to walk. .341 on the clock. The score remains 6-2. Hubbard now will break the press. Nice pass down inside. We're going to get a foul on Hamilton. His second at the line will be Paul Rodenberger.
Boy, Rodenberger and Oldt play extremely well inside for their size.
Dick, you almost have to be afraid to pressure a guy like Hubbard because he can dribble through 3 people and automatically establish a 3-on-2.
As witnessed right there.
At the line, Paul Rodenberger. He does not have the first.
Guards up, Gary. Look for pressure.
Jared Yost will come into the ball game for Southern Lehigh. Hamilton with 2 fouls will sit down. Both foul shots missed. Rebound controlled by Mack.
Of course, the miss takes away the pressure opportunity.
Down the lane. Shot missed by Yerkes. Back outside, Southern Lehigh. This is Sachs. Jumper, he's hacked. Foul's going to be called on Stauffer.
And next one, Southern Lehigh will be shooting 1-on-1 for over 10 minutes in the first half. I think both teams got to settle down a little bit there. They're playing with a crowd right now. One way to do it, of course, is just draw it outside and take them out of the game. But when you have 2 man-to-man defenses going at each other, somebody's always going to be near that ball.
A lot of intensity out there, and it has created a number of fouls by Salisbury early in the game. As Dick mentioned, there's 3:17 to go in the first period, and in the next team foul, they will put Southern Lehigh in a 1-and-1. Sachs drops them both. 8-2 is the score. Faust on the move. He tries to go inside, slapped away smartly by Snyder.
There are 2 philosophies about beating pressure defenses, Gary. Majority of pressure defenses, of course, are zone, and that's what we're seeing here. Some people say, oh, there's a good steal.
Faust and Hubbard. Hubbard up and in. Foul at Southern Lehigh. Brian Snyder.
He didn't have the angle, Gary. I think that's why they gave it to him.
Sam Aaron is very upset with Bob Schaefer. Take another look. Hubbard and Faust. Great guards. They work the play. There's the foul.
And I'll tell you, if you look at the replay closely, I really don't think there's a doubt. He had no angle whatsoever.
In fact, probably if Sam has to do it over again, he probably calls no foul. But he certainly explained to Bob Schaefer that he was not going to put up with any antics on the bench. Fouls on Snyder.
Salisbury stub, Gary. Oldt back in. He's replacing Ressler in the Salisbury lineup.
So they're back to the original 5. At the foul line, Hubbard will try to complete the 3-point play. These teams have won the Colonial League the last 2 years. Southern Lehigh in '89, Salisbury in '90. That shot off the rim will not fall. Here comes Creighton Faust. Turnaround jumper. What do we have? We have an offensive foul on Oldt. His third, Dick.
Gee, they just brought him back. I'm sure that'll bring Ressler back in the game.
They don't get him in.
There's the Salisbury pressure, Gary. 1-2, 1-1.
Oldt now has to be very careful not to pick up a foul in this situation. I think as much as anything, the officials are trying to settle this game down. Take another look at the charge. This foul's on Hubbard.
Well, the officials, and I think they're thinking correctly, Gary, are trying to take the emotional aspect away from the game. Because so many times, everybody in the gymnasium, including the officials, the announcers, the scorers table, everybody gets wrapped up in the emotional part of it.
Hubbard picks up his first foul of the night. Foul shot is made by Sachs. He's a perfect 3 for 3 from the line. Southern Lehigh, a perfect 5 out of 5. They lead by a 9-5 score. 10-5, and their defense has certainly caused Salisbury some problems. Way outside Stauffer, yes. Boy, if you get somebody else to score besides Faust and Hubbard, you really are in pretty good shape.
If you take a peek, that's good. That's what they go. Saxo hit that. Garrett, if you get a good look at this Southern Lehigh defense, I'll tell you, it's not a true man-to-man. They're junking a little bit in the back part. Keep an eye on Yost. Watch, he's going to be a key when they get back.
The Sachs three-pointer gives them a 13-7 lead. Beautiful pass inside to Stauffer from Hubbard. Ooh, what a throw. 13-9. Down the floor, up and in. Oh, my, Yerkes. Dick, can you play like this for 32 minutes? Turnaround jumper, no.
I'll tell you, I want to get another look at that Southern Lehigh D. But I think there's a lot of cheating going on that man-to-man in the back. What I like about them, Gary, they know their parts. They weren't even thinking jump shot there when the two big men got it at the elbow.
Bobby Schaefer told me there's not a player on his team, Dick, that has looked at the statistics all year.
See, that's what's great when a kid becomes a specialist. You know, when you can say, hey, tonight it's an outside game, tomorrow night it's an inside game. Let them their share tonight, you'll get your share tomorrow night. That's great balance.
And as Bobby said, they all share about a 10-point average. Final 30 seconds now of the first period. Another little drop pass by Yerkes. The ball is loose, controlled by Stauffer. Rodenberger gets it up to Faust, and now Salisbury will play for the last shot. Rodenberger. Hubbard. Faust, he may take it. Faust jumper won't go at the buzzer. Southern Lehigh leads at the end of one by a 15-9 score. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The holidays may be gone, but there's one package being held over just for you. The Money Store Prime Package with fixed-rate home equity loans as low as prime. We're extending our holiday offer for a limited time only to help homeowners pay off credit card bills, make home improvements, anything at all. Trust the Money Store to give homeowners a prime package when they need it most. Call right now, 1-800-LOAN-YES. Program may be canceled without notice.
Welcome back, everyone. Gary Laubach along with Dick Tracy. We're happy to be here. A reminder, we'll be back on the air tomorrow night. We have Northampton Liberty basketball coming your way at 10 o'clock. But that's going to be kind of anticlimactic because this week in basketball, starring Dick Tracy tomorrow night.
Geez.
In fact, it's got a whole new title, and his special guest will be Dan Marakovich, so that may turn into about an hour show.
Yeah, I know. Not much being accomplished, huh? Gary, I finally noted, you know, getting my senility now, it's going to take me a little bit longer. What Southern Lehigh is doing, I've seen this one time. Art George, years ago, used to do it at Palmerton. He would play a four-man man-to-man in a one-man zone, pack in the middle, trying to take away the penetration and drive. Not a bad idea. We saw Yost doing it. Now Hamilton's back in. Watch him. He just plunks himself in the paint, and he plays a one-man zone.
Hamilton, of course, has to be a little careful about picking up a third foul. Southern Lehigh shot 36% in the first quarter. Salisbury shot 50%, but they certainly didn't get as many shots. That first shot won't go. We're going to get a walk. No, jump ball.
In fact, Gary, I just remembered it. I can even tell you the kid who played it so well. Jimmy Hay. He later went on to start Muhlenberg. They just punked him right in the middle and dared you to drive all night. If somebody gets by the man-to-man, pick him up in the middle.
Not a bad thing to do with a 6'4" center, and that's what they're doing with Hamilton. Down inside, good pass. Hubbard with a great defensive play on Yerkes. Yerkes thought he had himself a layup. So it's Sack, Snyder, Yerkes, Mack, and Hamilton. Little jump shot. That goes off the rim by Mack. Rebound controlled by Ressler. Hubbard on the move. Jamie Ebersol into the ball game for Salisbury. Number 11, Hubbard. Great left-handed shot.
And what's great about that, Gary, was a quick release. That's what made that shot. You know, you think you're in a position to obstruct them, and the release was so quick.
Plus, you got a right-hander throwing up a quick left-handed shot. Down the lane, on the glass, won't go. We've got a foul. It's going to be called on Yurkus. His first, team's fourth.
I'll tell you, Southern Lehigh is getting just about the same offensive shots that they would want that they've gotten all year, except their aim, their direction just a little bit off.
Nothing changes. Faust breaks the pressure. Faust drops it off. Rodenberger about 15 feet away, but it's tapped up and in by Ressler. Now Salisbury with a little three-quarter court pressure of their own. Hubbard, quick hands. Great pass, Faust. No. Rebound, Hubbard. Yes.
We have ourselves the ball game, Gary. Even up.
15-15. Salisbury has run off the first 6 points of the second period. Little baseline drive, nice move, breaks the run. Yurkus with the basket. Hubbard push pass, Rodenberger. He passes off. Ressler can't get it to fall. I'm getting tired, Dick, watching him.
Up and down.
There's a foul on Hubbard, his second. Dick, there are some players on the floor you can't afford to have in foul trouble. He's one of them.
See what he does, Gary. He gives such a compliment to Faust. You know what I mean? Bringing the ball up. I started to say, about a quarter ago, that you got two kinds of ways to combat pressure. One, bring it up dribble no matter what the pressure is, and Salisbury can do that because they have two great ball handlers. Southern Lehigh, they attack it with the passing. Ping here, ping there, and then up.
We see that Stauffer returns to the lineup in place of Ebersol. The foul shot is not made by Sachs, his first miss of the ball game from the line. 17-15, Southern Lehigh. Faust calls the play. Stauffer, he's going down the lane. He's going to get fouled. Yes.
Oh, no. Not on Hamilton. Okay.
That's on Sachs, his first. Now both teams, Dick, are in the one-and-one.
They're one-and-one.
Stauffer with 6 first period points goes to the foul line. He got a little bit of a breather to start the second period. And off the back of the iron, he misses the first.
Boy, Stauffer plays bigger than his size, Gary.
Right now, the Falcons only 1 out of 4 from the line. 1 out of 5.
Well, now see, now that could have to do with the crowd too. You know, you shoot fouls emotionally.
5:05, 17-15, Southern Lehigh. Salisbury led 2-0, their only lead of the game. They did tie things up at 15. Down inside, nice pass, good look. There's the foul on Stauffer. Going to the foul line will be Mike Yurkus.
That's that flex offense. That's that motion inside, Gary. You take one man out as a ball handler and everything else is flat. And all they do is screen across.
You would think after a while you'd know exactly where everybody was going to be. And
well,
Salisbury might beat them.
Some coach told you somewhere along the way you can't switch, you know. You got to stay with them, and you're going through 2 picks rather than 1.
One out of 2 by Yurkus. 18-15. We'll go the other way. We'll go to White basketball. Salisbury will bring it up the floor.
Now let's see how they choose to bring it up. They got Oldt and Hubbard stacked. That means they're going to bust.
Again, Faust will break the pressure. Faust, he'll rearrange. Keeping the ball out of Hubbard's hands. Hubbard commits a foul. No, he did not. It's going to be called on Sachs.
I'll tell you, so far Hamilton and part-time Yost have been able to get away without guarding Ressler underneath.
Sachs is doing a good job on Hubbard. When Antoine has scored, it's because he's come down against pressure and broken through.
Well, see, what you want from your man guarding Hubbard and Faust is a little bit of an overplay. Make them go through, because if they do go through, then you got Hamilton underneath ready to pick up.
Chris Taylor into the Southern Lehigh lineup, and Mike Grove into the Salisbury lineup. Stauffer will sit down. Taylor, a 6-foot junior, wears number 34. Grove, 6'3" sophomore, wears number 13. Hubbard gets them both, brings his team back to within one, 18-17, 4:30 on the clock.
Now Salisbury man-to-man pressure, Gary, and it's really not aggressive. All they're doing is not letting you set up too easily.
That shot would not fall for Mack. We've got a jump ball. A possession arrow says Salisbury basketball.
I tell you, I thought that whistle was going to be on Mack over the top.
There's a lot of critical next whistles. If Hubbard picks up a third, that's critical. Hamilton maybe a third. How about Sachs for a third? They all have 2 fouls already. Scott Oldt already on the bench for Salisbury with 3. Down inside, Ressler. He's hacked. Oh, they're going to count the basket. Fouls on Snyder, his second.
Now watch this, Gary. You think Snyder would stay with his man, but instead there's a switch. And it's funny because Hamilton's not switching. He's playing zone.
Watch how slow the shot develops. Yeah, it counted. 18 for Southern Lehigh, but Salisbury has 20. Four minutes. Second period. Salisbury by 2. That's Taylor, 34, way outside. That ball comes up short by Snyder. Rodenberger on the move. We've got a foul. This is going to be on Yerkes, his second. A lot of fouls here early.
Well, I'll tell you, I thought that the foul situation was going to be extremely critical against Salisbury, the manner in which it started. Here's your last rebound, and here's the foul reach in down court by Yerkes. There it is. And I'll tell you, it's proven me wrong, Gary, because they're just about even up right now.
Creighton Faust gets on the board. His first point of the night. 21-18. Salisbury's biggest lead of the night. Yerkes down the lane. It won't go. Rebound inside. Strong follow-up shot up and in by 34 Taylor. Hubbard has it stolen away. Taylor with the basketball.
You know, they were still in the zone portion of it, Gary, and that's when you really don't want the ball behind the back because it gives the opportunity to the zone to really press into you.
Down inside to Taylor. He can't get it to fall. Knocked out of bounds? No. Saved inside by Taylor. And now we have a foul. Foul is on Rodenberger, his first.
And that's going to bring Oldt back.
16 first half personal fouls to this point. Good hustle by Taylor, huh?
Yeah.
Mack at the line. Jason Mack. He's not on the board yet.
What unusual aspect, Gary. Southern Lehigh is getting an awful lot of tight shots in the paint, but they're banging so hard. I don't know if it's because their momentum is carrying them. The drive to the basket, the momentum is carrying them in hard. But they really seem to be banging it hard.
It's not a soft shot off the glass, that's for sure. Hubbard. Way outside for 3. No. Good strong rebound inside by Ressler. Creighton fouls. Yes.
Ooh.
Yerkes. Taylor. Taylor baseline. Up and in. 24 all. Fouls may have walked. Rebound controlled by Hamilton.
I tell you, Gary, you think this score would be 84-84 instead of 24.
Oh, try to keep the stats.
There's a good cut.
Finally, they cut off the pass. Hubbard. Hubbard is fouled. Boy, there's bodies flying all over the place. Chris Taylor commits the foul.
I'm sure this isn't Bobby Schaefer's philosophy. I know Bobby too well. And he did not want to play this tempo, especially the foul part of it. Because there's an awful lot of dumb fouling going on, reaching, grabbing.
Jim Coyle into the ball game for Southern Lehigh, number 32, a 6'2 freshman. Hubbard misses the foul shot. Knocked out of bounds. Southern Lehigh basketball back in for Salisbury. Paul Rodenberger.
You know, Gary, that was a good play to begin with, but you know what made it great? Creighton Faust was over here talking to Coach Paulik. Yeah, he really was, and they started the break, and he got over and recovered in time.
That shot from the outside would not fall. That was by the freshman Coyle.
I don't think Coach Schaefer wanted that one.
Hubbard, what a crossover. Left-handed shot won't go. Rebound, Ressler.
Oh, good job. Hey, that was a truly fine play. Gary, he flicked it with his left hand over to his right hand and batted it in.
Down the floor. What a block by Ressler. He went up and got Max ball. 26-24, Salisbury.
Jan Ressler has been heard from.
Rodenberger to Hubbard. Hubbard for three. Hubbard upset with himself. He had 46 points about a week and a half ago in a ball game. Another hard shot off the glass stick. Creighton foul.
Boy, he protected his ball nicely with the body there.
Yerkes drops it off. Easy. Won't go. Mack had it. Now we get a foul.
I have never seen a game where they're banging so hard off the glass.
Outside jump shots don't hit the glass this hard.
Wow, watch this now.
That doesn't
It's
go.
really hard off the glass.
Big Rob Hamilton, though, in there to collect. He got fouled. Foul on Grove. Hamilton can't convert. Jamie Ebersol back in. Coming out. Antoine Hubbard.
Coaching move there to avoid Hubbard getting his third in the first half. We're going to pull him for the last minute and 5. Can afford it, sitting on a 4-point lead.
Second foul shot by Hamilton is made. Sub into the ball game for Salisbury, Jason Lakey, a 5'9 junior, and he replaces Mike Grove. Salisbury leads by 3. Foul. Not a good foul. Mack.
Well, you have them struggling to get the ball in. And you know, you got your good pressure set, and then all of a sudden you turn around and you foul them.
Fouls mount up, but they are spread out.
Well, they'll never walk farther for a foul shot.
Southern Lehigh with 10 personal fouls. Salisbury with 9. Ebersol walks onto the floor and within a second has a point. Has 2.
Boy, off the bench and hit a 1-on-1. That's great.
Yerkes. Slapped away by Ebersol. On the floor, jump ball, bodies flying. The Possession arrow says Southern Lehigh basketball. Chris Taylor in. Rob Hamilton out.
Same move here on the part of Coach Schaefer. Doesn't want Hamilton grabbing his third as we hit the 52-second mark of the second quarter.
I haven't seen Brett Sachs for quite a bit of this second period. That's a bit surprising. Great play by Leakey. Southern Lehigh gets another opportunity. 30 seconds to go.
Salisbury in their zone now, Gary.
Looks like Southern Lehigh will play for the last shot. Snyder. Way outside for three. Hit by Jimmy Coyle. That shot, no. Rebound, no. The horn finally goes off. The halftime score, Salisbury 30, Southern Lehigh 28. Stay with us, we'll put some numbers together.
Make Whitehall Auto Parts the most important stop for your car. We're a major supplier of foreign and domestic auto and light truck parts and have one of the largest inventories in the Lehigh Valley. We also provide machine shop services and are equipped for complete engine rebuilding. Whitehall Auto Parts stands behind their products. Make your next stop at Whitehall Auto Parts, 2741 MacArthur Road in Whitehall. We're open weekdays 8 to 8, Saturday 8 to 4, and Sunday 9 to 4. Or phone 437-4604.
I'm Watson Skinner, and I'd like to invite you to view Community Spotlight Wednesday at 8 o'clock, Friday at 7:30, as we continue to spotlight the many activities of the Lehigh Valley that make it a good place to live and for you to have a fulfilling life. Join us.
You are going Twin County Cable 4, your choice for community programming in the Lehigh Valley.
Well, we are relaxed for the first time since they threw the ball up, Dick Tracy. This has been a rat race up and down the floor, and it has not stopped.
Yeah, do you know what? I thought it was a very key thing, Gary, that I don't think is going to show in any box or even on the tube for our fans. The Leakey-Ebersol substitution with 105. That tandem came in, relieved the backcourt for Salisbury. They got themselves a steal, a converted 1-on-1 in a hell ball situation. One time they led the break, they did not convert. But I thought that was a real key substitution roles by Coach Paulik. He saved a possible third on Hubbard, and at the same time, he gave the kids some PT and a little bit of plus his offense.
I've been particularly impressed with the bench of both of these teams. I think they've gone about 5, 6, 8, 9 deep, and they certainly have all seemed to produce. Let's take a look at the individual statistics. We'll show you some of the numbers, and one of the things will come up right away as we look at those numbers. I think we're going to look at those numbers. I'm sure we're going to look at those numbers. There they are. Ressler 7 has certainly been critical off the bench for Salisbury.
Yeah, that's the young man who tipped one hand, left hand to right hand, then put her back in. Then comes down and makes a snuff at the other end of the court, which led to another basket. But the thing surprising here, maybe not surprising, because these coaches know they're playing better than you than I. That's for sure, is the no-names, Gary. See, that's what I like to see, the non-contributors in the scoring role who are looking so good on the board now. You've got a lot of people putting points on the board that are normally an unheard of quantity.
Southern Lehigh, I would think, has to be somewhat pleased in the fact that they've held Hubbard and foul. Only 15 points. Neither of those guys can get 15 in the first half by themselves.
And that's even more of a tribute to the D, because normally these guys are going to handle the ball so much, 90% of the time, that if there's any points scored, that's the tandem that's going to be scoring it. You know, everybody talks about how high scoring they are. Let's face it, they're high scoring because they are always controlling the ball on offense.
Let's take a look at the team statistics, and you'll see that Southern Lehigh has not had a very good first half in terms of shooting. And Dick, I think you pointed out very well, they've gotten good shots and just banged the ball off the backboard.
Yeah, two key stats there, and I think it talks about the evenness of this game. That's the two biggies, the turnovers and the rebound. You're talking about one rebound separating two teams. You're talking about one turnover separating two teams. Fouls couldn't get any more even than that. 10 out of 13, 8 out of 13. So you might say that Arrett and Butler are doing their job because the fouls were even at halftime.
All right, one final question, Dick. This has certainly been a tempo that's been somewhat unbelievable, as they have played 90 feet almost on every play and every possession. Does this favor Salisbury, or does it favor Southern Lehigh, or is it something that's going to change in the second half?
The tempo favors Salisbury, obviously, to me, simply because it puts the crowd with it on every floor. Salisbury, and here's the surprising thing, Gary, this crowd would be more into if Salisbury was scoring more offense. They're scoring a lot of defense. You know what I mean? And a club won't get as revved when someone goes coast to coast, dishes off, and you get a sensational play, as it will with a good still in the front court, be a lay back in. So if they get the offense going, you know, and really rev it up, then the crowd rev with them, and so the emotion will begin, and that tempo will stay with Salisbury. I don't think Coach Shea will allow that. I think he'll force kids to slow down offensively, play a little bit smarter on defense, and let's face it, he's doing quite well now, but I do look at one-man zone thing, because it's taken so much away from Antoine Hubbard as they pass that front man.
Well, it certainly has not been decided. It's a 30-28 basketball. You know it's critical. Salisbury wins here with three-way tie for the first half. And, of course, we'll set that stage and tell you what happened if that does prove to come true. It's time here, 30-28. We will be right back.
The Lehigh Valley is going to the dogs. Hot dog, that is. Yes, everybody's rushing into nearby Hot's Doggy Shop for America's best hot dog, covered with all their favorite stuff. So don't be left behind. Get your pups moving to the Pots where you live or work.
Love you. Love.
All right, we are back, and the team are ready. Will be Salisbury basketball when we finally get started. We've got about 12 balls on the floor.
You've never had a game held up for, Gary, when they were throwing the ball across the floor of the ring. I bet that first. And thought they were throwing him at him.
Is also going to wait for some of the people to sit down. He does want to establish a little decor here at Salisbury. 30-28, the Falcons top. It is Creighton fouls. Antoine Hubbard, 24, Mike Stauffer, 32, Paul Rodenberger, and Ressler, 14. They are looking at Brett Sachs, Brian 20, Mike is 14, 42, Jade Mack, ball thrown away, turnover. Rob Hamilton, 52.
Big turnover. Didn't see any change on defense, Gary. Still half-court pickup. Of course, that's on no score. If the score will probably be pressure.
This is Sachs. Check Yurkis. Sachs wears 12.
Oh,
42. Nice pass inside.
Oh, did Hubbard get that's at 6, Gary.
We didn't see Sachs for the last 5 minutes of the second period. He's back in there immediately, gets a deuce. Nice pass. Boy, Ressler playing a game.
He is.
Ressler of 9. 32-30. Salisbury.
Here comes Sachs off a screen. Goal on the other side, Snyder. Now start the flex, Harry.
A lot of picks down inside. Sachs. Hubbard knocks it out of his hand. Nice little E move, but shot doesn't go by Mack. Boy, they have missed a lot of layups. Way outside. Hubbard thought he had it.
Had it, couldn't even see that far.
Oh, what do we have? Offensive. Foul on Yerkes, his third.
That's why we saw so little of it. No, I'm sorry, that was Sachs. That was Sachs.
Yerkes now has to be careful. He certainly cannot have his team on the line.
I tell you, the pressure from Southern Lehigh is causing no problem at all for Salisbury. They're just loud over that front line, Harry. An half-court man won't open match.
Stauffer an 18-footer.
Boy, I'll tell you, he's the one I'd be aware of. Because he has some crunch time buckets.
You have to love in that position with Fast and Huff getting so much concentration. You're that third shooter. You should be able to get your shot. Snyder, no. Bound by Stauffer. Antoine, he thought again about the three. What a pass. Stauffer, no. Stauffer took a shot in the nose.
I bet Coach Schaefer a little bit of frustrated guy. He's getting a lot of key shots inside and just not hitting them.
Snyder can't hit three. Rebound, Sachs. Fast and Hubbard battled each other. Out of the pack, Hubbard, 3-on-2. Stauffer, oh my!
He said to himself, I'd rather do throw and walk. And G right into he goes.
His feet messed up, his hands messed up. Did not mess up the shot. Stolen by Foul. Here comes Hamilton. There's Ressler. Time out. Southern Lehigh. Salisbury leads. It's 38-30. We're right back.
If you want a truck, you have to come to a Chevrolet dealer and really have to come to that Chevrolet because we have the best selection and we feel very confident that we have the sales expertise here to set our customers up with the right kind of vehicle for their needs, and that's really important when dealing with trucks. we can give as good a deal, if not better, than our competition. And our customer is going to be taken care of better after the sale.
Ernest is back.
Know what I mean?
And this time he's accidentally landed in jail.
Scale the slam. The joint. Out. Sand quick to sing.
And then to the chair.
The hot seat. Medium sick.
Now Ernest is doing his time. Doing his thing. Do it all. The movie that's not at all.
Charm with dead meat jockey. Else after the surgery.
Ernest goes to
Two thumbs.
Order crazy. PG rated fun for the whole family. Ernest goes to jail on Viewer's Choice.
And look at the numbers. So we can begin to at least think about the possibility of Colonial League playoff action. Here is the scene on Saturday night. If Salisbury wins tonight, Saucon Valley will play Southern Lehigh. Salisbury win the bye or get by selecting it in the playoffs should a three-way tie occur. Salisbury would then wait, and they would play the winner of Saturday night's game on Monday night. And at the moment, it appears that the sites for those games will be William Allen High School. Let's take another look at the play by Antoine Hubbard. There's the pass. Your normal everyday shot.
That was a ballerina shot. You know, I like how Coach Paulik got that by. You know, it's your heads or tails of your call. Well, Saucon Valley calls one. You know, Southern Lehigh calls the other's nothing. It's over. Paulik takes that. That's a bye play.
Well, he said he reached in and saw slip the bye on it. Third foul, Hubbard. All right, now start thinking about who picks up a critical fourth.
They're still going to come in, man, a little bit. Sure.
38-30, 450.
They switched Hubbard over to Snyder's, though. He's a standing shooter. It won't be a Yorkie Sachs drug deal anyhow.
Suzuki. And Sachs.
There's a double screen for Hamilton.
When they look at that shot chart tonight, they're going to see a lot of shots in the paint. Offer.
And I think the funny thing about it, guys, is that they're not even close misses. We're talking about pounding some iron, some tough layup.
.30.
That's man pressure by Salisbury.
One thing Bob Schmidt told me is that he works a little if they try to take foul and Hubbard out of the game, that somebody else will pick up the slack, and somebody else has, and that is Mike Stauffer.
And Ressler no slouch either.
Right. Between Ressler and Stauffer, they have 23 points. And there's another guy who doesn't score a lot, Rodenberger.
Well, Salisbury just throwing right over that first line pressure.
Stauffer gets second foul, second team foul. And now some substitutions by Southern Lehigh. Coyle, 3-2 into the ball game. Chris Taylor into the ball game. Sitting down Hamilton, sitting down Yerkes. Good defense by Faust. As Hubbard on the right drops it on the Ressler. What do we have? We have a foul. Taylor. The ball game for Salisbury. Jamie Ebersol. Take another look.
Watch this, Gary. You'll see a play that puts about 8 years on a coach's life, right? Throwing the other end. There's the break.
That's
that was a previous
I think
play.
our director likes that play. He showed it to us again.
But you had a situation where the shot was already underneath the iron and the foul came after the shot.
That was not the replay that Scott Spielman wanted to show us. Ressler gets them both. This is the play. No, that's not it either. But we like watching the game over again. Maybe walk. Oh, almost a foul, Dick.
You're telling me. Boy, ever so impressive, Gary. He really chests you man to man.
Wide open.
Oh, that's offensive.
Is it ever? His third. Sometimes your mind tells your body
do the wrong
thing. .44-30, all of a sudden Salisbury blowing Southern Lehigh away. We have a walk.
I got a walk. I'll tell you, Gary, they might be looking at that scoreboard too much. Worry about the point spread because they've really begun force now.
Plenty of time here. Still 10 minutes and 57 seconds to play. sacks.
See, now that's token man pressure there.
Snyder again in the...
You got to use that glass.
Well, they've almost broken the glass, so maybe they're trying to do it without the glass.
That shooting percentage is nil.
Well, 1 for 7 here in the third period. For 3, Coyle. Nice pass, foul. Dick, we have seen some of the most unnecessary fouls tonight that we've seen all year.
Yeah, they're going to start, instead of whistles, they're going to start on hankies.
In that kind of week, we had a rough game with a lot of fouling on Tuesday night. Parkland.
That marathon.
Take a look at this one. Oh. Creighton fouls. Creighton fouls. Boomer Snyder, he's fouled by Faust. They're not going to give him a shot. Third team foul. Snyder said I was shooting.
Yeah, they're a little bit frustrated now, Garrett.
What do we have? We have a foul. It's going to be called on Ebersol. Fourth team foul, no shot.
Well, in that one-on-one situation for both teams on the next whistle, both ways.
26 personal fouls. We have a full quarter to go. Didn't you just play a game where a team didn't shoot any fouls?
Yeah. That's underneath attack.
Snyder for 2. Salisbury by 12. Well, it looks like a bit of a freeze pattern.
Yeah. That's a hold the ball pattern.
A very good move with Hubbard with 3 fouls. Try to keep him out of a 4th foul and yet keep him in the ball game. Stolen away, Coyle.
Your postman has to be active, Gary. Oh, that's called a freeze. There's Snyder again. 3 can light it up.
Snyder gets Southern Lehigh back to within 9. Fouls for 3. Oh, don't go.
I wonder if he thought that 6 seconds instead of a minute. 6. Seriously, because the way he took that off quick.
Stauffer back in. Durkis back in. Hubbard has not scored in the third period. Faust has not scored in the third period, and yet it's been good Salisbury third period. Final 40 seconds.
So they're playing a little bit of peekaboo, Gary, now. They're using their wingman on this freeze pattern. And that's exactly what that does. It opens up an angle ride to the hole.
Foul's going to be called, I believe, on Mack, 42. His second.
Something said, too, because Sam's in that way.
Yeah, Mack did say a few things. Sam heard one of them. Jason a little upset. They're a little frustrated right now.
Well,
you know, Salisbury's done it with good defense.
That's right. You know, that's, you know, when you asked for the analysis at the end of the game, Gary, that was going to be my big point if Salisbury's up. and wins this game because, boy, they have truly done it with great defense.
Rodenberger at the line. You see what he sees. I hope you can shoot like that. Off the back of the iron. Ressler again.
Wow.
Right away with a three-pointer. They back up by 12. Yerkes. Snyder. Final 8 seconds. Coyle. Yes, for 3. Coyle's second 3 brings Southern Lehigh to within 9 with us.
The Bethlehem Restaurant and Diner, located on Catasauqua Road, is open 24 hours daily, except Sundays till 9 p.m. Try one of our many specialty sandwiches, or one makes great dancing burgers, sure to please and satisfy your appetite. And for late evening diners, remember to ask for the optional breakfast menu, available after 10 p.m. The breakfast special is available every day for just 99 cents. Come out and dine with us at the Bethlehem Restaurant and Diner on Catasauqua Road. You won't be disappointed.
Angeles, city of the angel. Angeltown, city under siege. Gangs by day. Full-scale war by night. Angeltown, its history is written in pain. Olivier Gruner, Teresa Saldana, Angeltown.
For gritty action, street gang style order. Angeltown, Viewers' Choice pay-per-view.
Tuesdays at 7:30 and Thursdays at 9:30. Join local area talent as they entertain on the Phil Stahl Starlight Stage, right here on Twin County Cable 4. You're viewing Twin County Cable 4. Your choice for community programming in the Lehigh Valley.
There you get a look at the Falcon. Right now he has his head on a little bit backwards, but the basketball team does not. Dick, that was certainly a good quarter for Salisbury. Their shooting percentage still at 50%. Southern Lehigh 32.
Yeah, and I think about the shocking part to the Spartans has to the fact that so much of it generated one defensively and two against their defense, Gary. I'm talking against their full court pressure, because that full court pressure has not helped Southern Lehigh at all. They've simply passed over it and then penetrated after they got the first one.
And basically, Salisbury is doing it without any offense out of Hubbard or Phelps. But boy, Ressler's picked it up. Stauffer's picked it up. Rodenberger got a couple.
Well, they're not going to sit on it, Gary. They want to get a little breathing room.
That doesn't go for Sachs. We've got a foul on Mack, his third. What's the most amount of time we've gone without a foul?
Without a foul? A few games.
Wow. 30 seconds, maybe?
Oh, this game. I'm sorry, Gary.
Yeah.
Well, this kind of game, an official really earns his pay. Not because of all the calls he makes, but the fact that everything is disrupted. You never really get into a running smooth pattern of things.
Here's one of the heroes so far. Ressler, he can't the foul shot.
He almost got a steal.
Oh, what a pass. Coyle can't handle it. That was a bullet. We certainly found out that Sack is a pretty good fastball.
How they extend the man-to-man, Gary.
Southern Lehigh gets the steal. Snyder was going to take it. Had a white shirt right behind him.
See, they got two potential there now. You got Snyder and you got Coyle, who can both put that three-point shot away.
Hubbard's on Snyder. Hubbard has 3 fouls. Sachs.
Oh,
nice move. Sachs for the left. 49-40. Hubbard dishes off, up and in. Beautiful play. Basket by Oldt. His first deuce of the night. Coyle short. Rebound, Rodenberger. Hubbard on the move. Drops it off to Oldt. He can't handle. How about confidence Coyle seems to exert as a freshman?
I was just thinking, somebody better not tell him he's a freshman.
Gee. Foul, I believe, is on Oldt. That's his 4th.
And the thing is, yet, Gary, is a big man body, but yet he can play the backcourt game. Now he adds another dimension there by putting it on the floor.
Stahl back in. At the line, Jimmy Coyle. Oh, big miss. Up. Oh, did he want to take a shot? He did. He threw the ball away. Salisbury has not been patient the last 2 possessions.
See, that's what that one thing is, that they really be thankful this evening that they got so much defensively. Because, boy, their offensive has not been what Coach Paulik wants it to be.
Snyder, he's been hot. No, he comes up short. Fouls for the rebound. Ball's loose. Hubbard drops off. Stauffer, no. That shot won't go. Rebound off the glass. Up and in by Ressler.
And you know, Ressler who disrupted the previous rebound, too.
This is a career game for Ressler. He has 17.
And he has quite a few other things, too.
Dickey came into the ballgame with 35 total points this season.
And he had that.
Ian Ressler got the 3. Ressler with 18. Walk.
I love that call, Gary. I tell you. You got a little bit of a block. You got a little bit of a charge. So the official always says, easy way out. I got to walk.
Well, we're going to take the easy way out and sit back and get our set here for the final 5:22 of this Donnybrook. It's been 4:40. Stay with us.
The holidays may be gone, but there's one package being held over just for you. The Money Store Prime Package with fixed-rate home equity loans as low as prime. We're extending our holiday offer for a limited time only to help homeowners pay off credit card bills, make home improvements, anything at all. Trust Money Store to give homeowners a prime package when they need it most. Call right now. 1-800-LOAN-YES. Program may be canceled without notice.
Raved and audiences cheer for the surprise smash of 1990. And View's Choice has got
Pretty woman. Walking down the street. Pretty woman. The kind I like to meet. Pretty woman.
Pretty Woman. It's pretty amazing how easy it is to order on Viewer's Choice. You just can't see it often enough. The blockbuster hit Pretty Woman on Viewer's Choice.
All right, we're putting you right into our monitor as we back away. And Tracy and Gary Laubach here tomorrow night again with Liberty Northampton East Penn Conference basketball. Saturday night, a big wrestling match, Nazareth against Northampton at Northampton. Make sure you don't get too close to the set. You could get hurt. Well, we're going to see a little more patient Salisbury team now, Dick?
I don't know, Gary. I really don't know. I don't think they're going to do anything differently on offense. Look at Ressler.
He's on fire.
2 men on him, Gary.
You play 14 games, you score 35 points. You play a 15th game, and he now has 20. That's no. Rebound inside, controlled by Mack, and Mack gets fouled. That's on Ressler. That's only his first foul. Where's he been?
Boy, what a position for Salisbury to be in, Gary. You know, you're talking if they pull this off tonight, and boy, it certainly looks like now. I mean, that's almost his money in the bank. Now sit back and let 2 other teams dog it out, and then sit back and play the winner.
Saucon Valley has already completed their first half schedule. They have a bye tonight. Southern Lehigh faces a lot of adversity. No bye tonight. And they may have to play Saturday, and if they win, then Monday. Mack gets them both. 56-42. A lot of time for Southern Lehigh to make a run. Faust. Fouled on the outside by Snyder.
See, and then they had one other nice aspect to the winner of this first half, Gary. Got it tucked away. You know, you really don't have to worry that much about the second half if something does happen to you. But that's what's great about 2 halves.
I was just going to say, are you in favor? Do you like 2 halves?
Oh, yeah, that type of situation. You know, injuries, thing like that, where the kid get the opportunity to come back and play a second half.
This is a real competitive league this year, Dick. Even the teams on top have won a lot of 1-point games.
Well, I guess Saucon won 2-point back-to-back.
Yes. Foul gets them both. 58-42. Salisbury by 16, their biggest lead of the night. Coyle, blocked by Hubbard.
Well, I'll tell you, Ebersol's get some playing numbers, Gary.
A number of people have come off the bench tonight and have played very important basketball for their team. Another one into the game right now, Chris Taylor for Southern Lehigh.
I think that's a special tribute to the coaches. You know, a lot of kids come off, not a lot, Gary, but some kids come off the bench with that long face because I should be starting, says mom and dad. And so here you got kids really coming off the bench spirited.
Sachs just made a big move, 58-44. Sachs with a good ball game. He has 13. Other kids played well. Stauffer.
Is that freeze weave pattern. Pass and screen down, stay on your own side. Use the post as an outlet if necessary.
Wow.
Wow. Double wow.
Foul on Sachs. Tried to play linebacker.
Gary, we haven't seen Hamilton for a while.
Maybe that they want a quick team in there because of the lead that Salisbury has.
I would also think they only want one shot.
Yeah.
Ressler's a lot more effective without Hamilton there.
Well, this kid's put together, Dick. Stauffer.
Yeah, I like this young man.
He's been in the weight room.
He's also been in the paint. Yeah. He does battling inside.
Stauffer with 13, looking for his 14th. I would doubt very much, Dick, if Salisbury played a game all year long where Faust Hubbard has not been their leading scorer. Tonight, Faust has 10. Hubbard has 9. Hubbard has not scored his half.
Any more helpful, Gary? I don't think it's ever been when they weren't leading tandem scorer, their leading duo. And I don't think you have that tonight with Ressler and Stauffer.
They're not even first or second. Boy, Coyle misses everything. That shot followed and in by Dan Welker, another freshman.
Yeah, and that's what surprised me that he comes in and Hamilton isn't.
Hubbard can't get the deuce. There's Ressler. Locked in by Ressler foul.
I'll tell you, boys, it's easy to see who's running the show on the floor out there, though, isn't it? Creighton Faust. Oh, of course, that's that senior experience type thing.
Into the ball game for Salisbury. Paul Rodenberger sitting on his Stauffer.
Well, they want the timeout anyhow.
Calling timeout, Salisbury's Bill Paulik. He has himself a 14 lead, 3:26 on the clock. And you get a look at the coach, 28th season as a head coach. How many years do you have being a head coach?
As a head coach?
Yeah.
This would be my 10th, Gary.
10th year?
Yep.
Let's talk a little bit about your year. Back into the fray.
That won't take long. Yeah, it's...
Things changed since you...
No, the three-point thing really changed the aspect of the game. I didn't envision until I got into the coaching end of it. You know, you think of 3 points, you say, well, that's more 2, that's all. Boy, it has changed so many other aspects of the game. That was the most surprising thing to me. How you play defensively, you know, how it loosened, like I played a match, it loosens the match. You get the opportunity to dish inside more. The whole complexion, the whole total aspect of the game has been changed by that one thing. And, of course, the possession rule. You know, you used to play for jump balls. You no longer play for jump balls.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Putting in a lot of hours, Gary. I know I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying to see the kids different each night. You know, and if they are coming, I truly don't know if they are, but to see how different they are than they were from day one, I enjoy that part.
We'll get a look at Dick Tracy's Becca High basketball team in a couple of weeks. Shot by Welker. Does not go. Hubbard. He has a block. Well, we have something. No call. Hubbard has the basketball.
Bill wants to hold it.
Salisbury has a 14-point lead. They have the clock on their side, and they have the basketball. 2:55.
I tell you, Bill's gone.
Rodenberger.
Ooh.
Fouled by Sachs, his fourth. A lot of people off the bench tonight.
Oh, don't get into that part. That is really winding up. I go to a meeting pre-season, and I swear, out of the moderator, first thing out of his mouth is, I want all you coaches to know we are going to be so strong and tough on that bench rule this year. Gary, they are harping and screaming and reading scripts, reading letters, and reading notes. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Rodenberger misses both. How about Ressler? Oh!
Like a magnet, like a magnet.
Even Bill Paulik's gotten off the bench a couple of times, but he's so short, nobody notices.
Well, Bill and Frank, they better cancel their Saturday night dates because we're going to be scouting. They're going to be watching Saucon and Southern Lehigh.
Rodenberger gets the rebound. Fouled with the quick hands, keeps it alive. Part of the story that I've written tomorrow will be the plethora of missed shots in the paint. They have missed a huge number.
I wonder how much of that's defense, how much emotion, Gary. Because, you know, normally you soft those things up. You make that good first step move, get behind somebody, and just lay it up.
1 minute, 50 seconds. Salisbury by 16.
I'll tell you one of the things I personally noticed, Gary, and it's surprising that that kids don't pick it up so soon. I asked them finally, because we have a habit too, hanging pretty hard when we get the good shot inside. I said, do you know what a layup is? You know, define a layup for me, and they said, an easy shot. I said, no, a layup is exactly that, a layup. It's something that you've gotten by the defense, and so you just, there's Hubbard. Well, that takes his part. You got by the defense with a good move or a good pass, so lay it up. They don't think so. They think it has to be finger roll, action, or something else.
A lot of new face now for Southern High. Bobby Schaefer realizes that he's looking forward to Saturday night in Saucon Valley. Another look by Hubbard as he gets double figures. This will be his field goal of the second half. And what a hand for Ian Ressler. Ian Ressler leads ball game. Dick Trady with 22 points.
Yeah, it'll be a night he never forget. I'll tell that. You know, I think that's a great thing about this game and any other sports game at the high school level. So for kids to come out of nowhere and truly shine.
Rodenberger will leave. He has 3. Faust has left. He had 10. Hubbard will probably sit as soon as he completes the foul. Hubbard leaves with 12.
Well, that's about half of 23-1 average, Gary, but boy, I'm sure they'll take it.
This is Iguilo, who is in there. He's a Spanish exchange student, Dick. For Southern Lehigh. That shot from the outside by Welker won't go. Inside Coyle, he's a freshman. Also out on the floor, 24 is Nick McKee. And 22, Joel Evans. Coyle is fouled. Who's out there for White? Number 11, Ebersol. Number 22, Steve Shaw. Number 12 is Schneider. Mike Grove, 13, and 10, Jason Lakey.
There you go. As we look 65-46, we're under the minute now. That was a pretty nice gesture on Coach Schaefer's part. He could have, he could have gotten some points differential change here instead of looking like 20 points, maybe get out with his first group. But he put kids in there too.
Both coaches getting some kids in, getting them some action. I don't think anybody thought that they would go this deep in this ball game.
Well, when you looked at this thing at halftime, up there and saw a 2-point difference, you said to yourself, here we go down wire, but what a third quarter change. You know, sometimes you see one team playing great, one playing average, but here you saw one playing great and playing poorly.
It was a 17-10 third period. by Salisbury in their favor. Foul. That's on Aquillo. Let's run down all scoring for you at this point. It won't change very much. Sachs had 13. Snyder with 7. Yerkes with 7. Jason Mack had 4. Hamilton with 3. Doyle with 7. 4 for Taylor, and 5 points for Welker. That's the Southern Lehigh scoring. For Salisbury, as you look at Bob Schaefer, and on the foul line is Eric Snyder, so we'll wait till Eric takes his shot. His team up by 15. Eric gets the first.
You know, it's the kind of game that Coach Schaefer, staff are going to go on that bus, Gary, and are going to say that final score was not 16 points different. It could be. It had a closer net. Because the Salisbury lead, it really came out of nowhere.
Salisbury scoring. Ebersol 2, Schneider 1. Ressler with 22. Faust with 10. Hubbard had 12. Stauffer with 14. We'll go the other way. Shot up and in by Nye. Chris Nye. Stauffer, as we said, with 14. Oldt had 2. Rodenberger with 3. Heroes tonight, Ressler and Stauffer.
Well, I'll tell you, I have a good idea who's going to be that backcourt running maker Hubbard next year. It's going to be Ebersol. Bill puts an awful lot of faith in him and gives a lot of instructions to him.
The Watt starting to throw it up from anywhere. Welker. These aren't shy freshmen.
No, they're not. Until they played the game before.
There's the horn. Final score. Salisbury 66. Southern Lehigh 52.
Big win, Gary. Big win for the Falcons. Going to put on easy street at least for one night. They will be the bystander on Friday. Three-way tie could exist in the Colonial. They'll be the bye team. You'll be looking at Saucon Valley and Southern Lehigh first, with the winner of that playing Bill Paulik, Salisbury Falcons, Monday evening.
Here's how the scoring went. Southern Lehigh's 52 points on 17 field goals. They had 4 3-point plays. Their record now goes to 13-3. They finished the first half 7-1. An identical record with Saucon Valley and Salisbury. Saucon beat Salisbury. Salisbury beat Southern Lehigh. Southern Lehigh beat Saucon. So that's the way that triumvirate did. The Salisbury 66 points on 24 field goals, and believe it or not, they did not have 1 3-point field goal, and that is not like the Salisbury Falcons. In fact, Hubbard has 41 himself. 18 for 29 from the foul line. Salisbury's record goes to 13-2. More importantly, their league record goes to 7-1. We do have a 3-way tie in Colonial League for the first half title, and we will probably be telling you tomorrow night that we will be bringing you the Colonial League first half championship on Monday night. That's tentative, however. We'll try to confirm that for you tomorrow evening. Remember, tomorrow night at 9:30, the Dick Show, as this week in basketball. Bob Garrett's on vacation, so Dick will be hosting it. His guest will be Dan Marakovitz, and they'll take a look at this past week in basketball, and then we'll be back on the air tomorrow night. Northampton at Liberty, as we'll have that shootout for you from the Liberty Gymnasium. Dick, been a pleasure. Go out there and win a few more ball games, and then we'll see you at the end of the season.
We'll try that, Gary. I'll tell you one thing. This gives the opponents of Salisbury something else to think about, Gary, because they didn't win a game with 3 points and an offense. You know, they wanted another way. They wanted defensively, boards inside, a couple offensive surprises. So I'll tell you, their opponents are an awful lot more to think about in the second half.
Yeah, everybody be scurrying and say, who's this Ressler kid tomorrow in the paper? He picked up 22 points. In fact, people are asking us right now. We hope you've enjoyed our basketball coverage tonight. The Colonial League with Salisbury 66, Southern Lehigh 52. Scott Spielman has been our director. We thank him and our crew. And as always, a pleasure sitting alongside the coach, Dick Tracy. For everybody, we'll see you next time. I'm Gary Laubach, right here on K4 Sports.
What do you do with all